Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating idea, the post-work society. We're going to break down this concept from every angle, philosophy, economics, technology, and sociology, to really understand what it means for our future. So let's get into it. So, what exactly is a post-work society? Basically, it's a future where work as we know it, that 9 to 5 grind, is fundamentally changed. The idea is that thanks to amazing technological advances, especially in AI and robotics, a lot of the repetitive, boring jobs we do today will be automated. Think of it this way, machines can work long, hard hours without getting tired. And in this vision, that would create a period of rapid economic growth and a huge increase in wealth for everyone. The key is that this wealth would need to be distributed fairly. In short, a post-work society doesn't mean we stop working entirely. It means we shift from doing mandatory, forced labor to doing work that's voluntary, creative, and fulfilling. It's about having universal access to the resources we need to live. Believe it or not, this idea isn't new at all. It's got some serious history. Way back in the 1890s, William Morris was dreaming of a 24-hour work week. In the 1930s, the famous economist John Maynard Keynes predicted that by now we'd be working only about 15 hours a week. Marx saw it as a way for technology to give us more free time for personal growth, and Bertrand Russell, in his famous 1935 essay In Praise of Idleness, argued that working too much isn't just unnecessary, it actually holds us back from being creative and fulfilled. Fast forward to today, and politicians and thinkers are talking about it more than ever. Andrew Yang, for example, warned that AI will take millions of jobs and argued for universal basic income, or UBI. Thinkers like Nick Sinasek and Alex Williams have even talked about the potential for fully automated luxury communism. So, you can see this isn't just a new fad, it's an idea that keeps coming back, updated for each new era. If you want to see more deep dives like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So, why is this idea getting so much attention right now? The main reason is technology. Specifically, the crazy speed of innovation in robotics and artificial intelligence. Studies have shown that nearly half of the jobs in the US could be automated. An Oxford study from 2013 estimated that around 47% of jobs in America were at risk of being replaced by computers. And with tools like ChatGPT, we're seeing this happen even faster. A project that used to take 8 hours can now be done in 40 minutes. This puts a lot of knowledge-based jobs under serious pressure. At the same time, we're seeing a decline in middle-class jobs. According to one study, AI will impact at least 80% of all jobs in some way. This is creating a lot of structural unemployment and low-wage work, forcing us to ask what comes next. So, what's the big picture here? Economically, widespread automation could create incredible abundance. Imagine a world where goods and services are so cheap they're practically free. We could finally enter an age of abundance where we have more than enough resources for everyone. The only real challenge would be making sure those resources are distributed fairly. But there's a huge problem too. For many of us, work isn't just about a paycheck. It's about our identity, our purpose, and our self-worth. Research shows that without work, people often feel a sense of emptiness. We've come to define ourselves by what we do. This means a post-work society would require a total rethink of our relationship with work. Marx argued that less work time would give us more free time to develop our full potential. It's a fundamental shift in what we value. But what about the good stuff? The most obvious benefit is more free time. Imagine having all that time back. What would you do? Marx called this free time the most powerful productive force because it lets us pursue art, science, and new skills. And with automation making things super cheap, we could truly enter that age of abundance. A world where goods are plentiful and everyone has a high quality of life. This also presents a huge opportunity for social justice. Ideas like a universal basic income could wipe out poverty and give everyone a safety net. In fact, real-world tests of a 4-day work week have shown that productivity doesn't drop. In one trial in the UK, companies actually did better. Imagine what you could do with all that time and energy. More creativity, more time for family and hobbies, and a healthier life overall. Now, Of course, this isn't some perfect utopia. There are some serious challenges. Critics ask, if people don't have to work, won't everyone just get lazy? Advocates say the problem isn't laziness. It's a system where work is a struggle for survival. Another big question is about UBI. Some people argue that guaranteeing an income would kill the motivation to work. However, this isn't what we've seen in real-world experiments. Most people who get UBI still stay active and productive. There's also the problem of concentrated power. If all the factories and robots are owned by just a few huge tech companies, all the wealth will flow to a very small group. How would our economy survive? This brings up tough questions about how we distribute all that wealth. And finally, we can't forget about care work, the unpaid labor, mostly done by women, like caring for kids and the elderly. If we move to a post-work world, we have to make sure that incredibly important work isn't ignored or devalued. So, is this all just theory? Not at all. We've actually seen some fascinating experiments. Take Finland, for example. Between 2017 and 2018, the government gave 2,000 unemployed people a $560 a month. Although it didn't significantly boost employment, it did dramatically improve people's mental health and happiness. Many felt more in control of their lives. Or look at Kenya. Since 2016, a nonprofit has been running a lifelong UBI program in one village, and the results have been surprising. People didn't stop working. Instead, they used the money for basic needs like food and education, and even started small businesses. And in Canada, from 2017 to 2019, a pilot program in Ontario gave participants up to under $915 a month. Although the program was cut short, research showed it massively improved both physical and mental health. Participants reported less stress, a better quality of life, and while employment stayed steady, many were able to find better jobs. These experiments show us that UBI doesn't make people lazy, it makes them healthier, happier, and more secure. So, where do we go from here? Is a post-work society actually possible? Most people agree it will take more than just technology. We'll need big changes to our social and economic systems, new tax policies, welfare programs, and a focus on public services. But the evidence is starting to show that UBI can reduce poverty, improve health, and give people a real chance to thrive. While there are definitely hurdles to overcome, a post-work future is looking less like science fiction and more like a real possibility. So, what do you think? Are we heading for a future with more free time, or is it just a pipe dream? And if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next video.